All right, welcome back to another very cold edition of J Ideas Fresh Produce. It's like 4 degrees here where I'm at. Hope you all are staying warm. Got a pretty dope little sample here. It's a rock record, and got into this breakdown, and it's very cold. No pun intended. It's a little like voices are kind of creepy though, because I have the sample sped up, but freaked me out a little bit. This part is super sick. I love these guitars in here. So really going through now and like getting these parts, I'm gonna make it kind of just like a loop, because I think these sample parts are really cool as they are, but I am going to go through and layer them up a little bit. Here, I'm just getting the timing of the sample right. And honestly, just having this single part of this sample is probably enough for a whole beat in of itself. But y'all know me, I like to chop up stuff up as much as I can. I don't really feel like I'm doing anything if I just loop something. So going through here and adding a little bit of variation. Definitely had to get those guitar parts in as well. And honestly, these two chops right there, those are probably like the two main backbones of the whole beat, honestly. And I made this an 8-bar loop, so it has some variation within the loop itself. But these two guitar parts, I put a filter on them, just kind of filtered that out to make room for those other chops. I put a low pass filter on there. And these two, you'll see I just press them back and forth. I mean, there's really nothing to these at all, because they act as kind of like a counter melody in themselves. So I think it works. I tried, added some of my own drums, but I really wasn't feeling anything that I was laying down. I could add like some boom bap drums, and it was fine, but it really wasn't hitting me like as much as I knew the sample could go. It wasn't at that point. So I went searching through drum loop samples or drum break samples on an old iPod that I have, and found one that I really liked. Then I went through and I made that and an audio loop in Machine, and that way I could mess with the sample non-destructively, like change the pitch and change the timing, and yeah, I like doing that a lot. It's a very versatile tool. It's only like a 1-bar loop though, and you can hear like it just sounds like some club music or something. It was kind of cool, but I wanted it real slow like this. And I think that's a vibe. That's tight. And here I'm going and taking the sample group, and I'm going to record that internally. So I got like a sync pattern for 8 bars, and just press play on it to record that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the pitch. And again, doing it this way, it's non-destructive, so it'll actually keep the timing that I want. And actually I could go in and I could change the tempo of this whole beat, and since I have the drums and the sample as loops, it will follow that tempo without losing any of the timing. I hope I'm explaining that. I know what I'm saying, but if you have questions, let me know. I didn't pitch it up by much. I think only 2 semitones. Doing it too much, it just felt weird. And of course, this needs some bass. I messed up the recording of this bass line, so I had to restart the loop, and I'll pick it back up again. And this beat is probably fine the way it is, but I went through and started messing with the original sample group that I had, and I pitched that one guitar part up a whole octave from the new sample group and added a bunch of echo and delay, and right there I was going through it. I was just getting the stopping point right where I wanted it, and I laid this on the first 4 bars of the 8-bar loop. And it's kind of cool. It's probably too loud in the beat right now, but that can always be fixed in the mix. And yeah, that's pretty well it. I mean, this beat didn't need too much, I don't think. This is just something that somebody could just rap on for a long time. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Especially if you made it this far. If you watched last week, thanks for watching that one as well. Pretty good video. It's about the new recording setup that I have. And if you look closely in this, after all that talk I had about resolutions and video resolutions and everything, if you look at this video, I added a ton of film grain to it. So I just completely contradicted myself. So that's what I do. I'll catch y'all later.